We've not been told where we're going, but we know who we're going to meet. Kurdish officials are taking us to a prison somewhere in northern Syria. One of the most high-profile British men in their custody enters the room, a little bewildered at first. This is the man known as Jihadi Jack.
Hello, Jack.
Hello.
I'm Rohit from ITV.
Okay.
He's accused of coming to Syria to fight, but now says he just wants to leave.
Miss my mum. That sounds a bit toddlerish, but in 2 years, 5 years I haven't seen my mum. 2 years I haven't spoken to my mum. I miss my mum. Even I can just see my, I'd like just a phone call. I don't know if Britain can do that for me here, but I'd like just a phone call to my mum. It's been 2 years. If I can make any requests, I'm probably not in a position to make requests, but hey, that's it all really. Miss my mum. What else do I miss? I miss pasties. It's not very English, it's sort of Scottish, isn't it? So I miss pasties. And Doctor Who. Sounds a bit stupid. That's all.
This is the story of an alleged ISIS fighter who became well known not only for what he did, but for who he is. His background, the son of an organic farmer from Oxford, made him an untypical presence in the so-called caliphate. He travelled to Jordan to learn Arabic, but within a few months he was in Syria.
Most of my friends at the time were Sudanese, so they weren't actually practicing. Most of them, they drink and smoke weed, like I did at the time. But no, I liked the religion and decided to become Muslim. I spent 2 years researching. I came to a sort of ridiculous, now I realise it's ridiculous, a bit of a stupid conclusion that the right thing to do was to come to Syria. I was in Raqqa for about a year.
What was Raqqa like?
Raqqa at the time was, believe it or not, it was quite nice. As a city, it was buzzing with life. But obviously saw what happened to it at the end. But no, at the time I was actually quite happy. And
did you see executions? Did you see?
Yeah, I've seen executions. The first execution I saw was in Fallujah, not in Raqqa. I saw they hung someone from a bridge, which was horrific.
And then in Raqqa?
In Raqqa, every few days it happens. You don't choose to, people who choose to go and watch it, but I didn't used to do that. But I've seen it. There's a place called Dawar al-Dalla. They used to kill people there a lot. They killed actually a foreigner there, one of an ISIS member, that was next to a place called Yemen. No, we're not in the same place exactly. I saw them cut his head off. Loads of stuff like this.
What did you think when you saw that? What did you feel?
Any human who sees this is obviously going to have a repulsion.
What did you think when you heard about the Paris attacks, the Brussels attacks, Manchester, London?
Manchester actually happened when I was in this prison, I think. Hey, Manchester happened when I was in this prison. Also, what happened on London Bridge happened when I was in prison. And a lot of these things actually happened when I was in prison. The Paris attack was in the football stadium and that.
Yeah, 2015. So what did you think when you heard that it had happened?
To be honest, like I said, I don't want to, if I'm going to start a new part of my life, I don't want to start it on a lie. To be honest, at the time, I thought it was a good thing. Not that people that had nothing to do with it got killed. That was, I know you're probably going to edit that bit out, I don't know. But genuinely, at the time, we had this idea that when you're living in Raqqa, you're getting bombed every 5 minutes by coalition jets, and you see literally, I've seen children burnt alive, and well, it's probably going to probably annoy some people, but the truth is the truth. I've seen coalition jets kill children. At the time, you have this sort of, and this is what war does to you as well. You have this idea of, oh, why shouldn't it happen to them? Do you know what I'm saying? And you have this idea, why shouldn't it happen to them? But then I realised that they have nothing to do with it.
We questioned him about his reasons for being in Syria, but because his parents are charged with sending him money from the UK, there are exchanges we cannot show for legal reasons. But he did explain how he left Raqqa.
Initially, I wanted to just go to Turkey, to be honest, and I don't want to lie. I didn't want to go back to England initially, no. I don't want to fool people. I genuinely wanted to go to Turkey. I had this idea that I could go to Turkey and complete my life. But I got caught on the way, and since then I've been here.
He has joint Canadian nationality, but unlike Shamima Begum, he's not been stripped of his British citizenship. He wants to be back, but says the women should go first.
I don't know if I could request anything is for them to change that policy. Not just for me, for the women who are in the camps. There's kids who die in the camps. And if I have to stay here 2 more years, I'm not trying to make myself seem like some sort of hero. If I have to stay here for 2 more years and they take back the women in the camps, I don't mind. But it feels a bit ridiculous now. So if my request is anything, it's that they change this policy, they do something. Consider us criminals, that's not a problem. But at least we want a fair trial, we want some sort of way of getting out this hole that we could put ourselves into.
You're a dual national.
Supposedly, I did at one point in my life have a Canadian passport. I don't know if it's still valid.
So, do you feel British? Do you feel Canadian?
I feel British. I'm British.
So
my
you
dad's
want to
Canadian.
go back to the UK?
If the UK accepted me, I'll go back to the UK. It's my home, but I don't think that's going to happen.